We get a lot of visitors to our website that are new to keeping plants, and they regularly ask, what's a great plant to start with? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to this one. This is a great answer to that question. And today, we're going to talk all about it. It's Bacopa caroliniana, by the way. Probably should have led with that. First things first, this is a very easy plant to keep because it is a stem plant that you don't need one of those fancy substrates for. You can put this in your sand, gravel, or if you have one of those fancy substrates that is specific for planted aquariums, well, that'll just be a bonus. And you don't need one of those super high-end, ridiculously expensive lights either. If you bought a starter kit that came with an LED light, you're going to be fine. And this particular plant is a slow grower, which makes it great for beginners because it's not going to grow out of control and take over your entire aquarium, becoming a problem. But the cool thing is these stems pretty much grow straight up. I know it might not look like that the way I'm holding it, but they grow straight up. And because it's a stem plant, you can trim it when it does get tall, take those trimmings and replant them in your aquarium. Free plants. Or you can just take those clippings and throw them away and then come to me and buy more. I got bills to pay. No, I'm kidding, but not really. This plant is also going to grow very tall. So you're going to want to put it in the back of your aquarium behind all your other stuff. And the cool thing is it'll grow so tall that it'll just keep growing right out of your tank. And once it does go out of the tank, what's outside of the water can actually start to produce little bluish, purpley flowers. It's pretty cool. It won't do that in the water though, just outside of the water. And I don't know why. But here's the thing, going back to trimming, you're going to want to pay attention to how the light is hitting these plants because with it being a stem plant and growing so tall, the tops of each individual stem are going to be the part that gets the most light. And if that happens, you'll start to notice that at the bottom of the stems, the leaves will start to shrivel up and fall off, and it'll look a little silly because you'll have this long stem with leaves just at the top. If that does start to happen and it becomes unsightly, it's actually a very easy problem to resolve. All you got to do is trim off that top part that has all of the leaves on it, plant that back down in the substrate, and make sure that that bottom part of the stem is exposed to the light. And before you know it, it doesn't happen overnight, but those leaves will start to grow back and everything will start to fill in. I'm not saying this plant needs to be sitting by itself with a spotlight on it to be able to grow properly. I'm just saying keep an eye on how the light is hitting the plants with this and with any stem plant for that matter. If you do start to see those leaves falling off at the bottom, make sure you get more light to that bottom, whether it's with trimming or just repositioning it or whatever. But the last thing I want you to do is pull up that stem that has no leaves on it and throw that away. Trust me, just be patient. They'll come back. I've had Bacopa caroliniana in here from 4 different nurseries, and this is by far the best nursery that we source these from, and that is none other than Tropica. So if you order Bacopa caroliniana from us, it's going to be from Tropica, and it will look very similar to this when you get it. Now, if you're ordering in the winter months, it may be a little bit smaller because plants grow much slower in the wintertime, but this is pretty much what you can expect at all times when you order Bacopa from us. And the cool thing is, if you look at this, it's probably like 15 to 20 stems, and you can separate these all over the place and plant them all over your tank, or you can just plant it in one big clump like this. But I would suggest separate them out a little bit. Again, allowing more light to get down to the bottom of those stems, you should be good. This isn't just buying one plant, it's buying a whole bunch of them. Plant it in whatever substrate you have, preferably in the back with other stem plants like Ludwigia and Rotala, and just let it do its thing. If it does start to look a little sad, turn a little yellow, leaves start falling off, you might want to consider something like root tabs in there or even a liquid fertilizer, particularly if it's in a brand new aquarium that doesn't have nutrients in it yet. But if you have an established aquarium with plenty of fish in there that are giving it all kinds of natural fertilizer, you'll be fine. This is one of my personal favorite plants, especially what Tropica is producing. And guess what? I think it'll be one of yours too. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to check these out, I'll put a link right here in the corner as well as in the pinned comment. And if you're watching this on our website, just put them in your cart, check out, and we'll ship them right out to you. Thank you so much for checking out Bacopa caroliniana. I'll see you next time. Bye.